What if your art and your creativity could open doors for you, build connections, and become your passport to the world? In this video, I want to share with you guys my own experiences as a nomadic artist or a digital nomad throughout the years. I want to inspire you, and I will bring many possibilities of how you can do that too in your own creative process and your own lifestyle. Before we start, I want to introduce myself and show you why it's possible to travel and make art at the same time. My name is Gustavo Florin. I'm a neurodivergent visual artist and digital creator. I have over a decade of experience in the creative field. In 2016, I started my nomadic life, so there is no right and wrong way of doing that. In my experience, I decided to travel because I didn't want to keep my life how it was happening. I had some existential crises and I really wanted to explore myself, to share my art with the world around me, and also to develop my social skills, because I still struggle with this, but back in this time it was really heavy for me to talk, to communicate. So traveling was this way that I could not only improve my art and network with new artists, but also I wanted to improve myself and to change and to transform my own way of living. So there is no final answer on how you can do that too, but I will share some of the topics and some of the things that I already did in these last years. I've been a nomadic artist for 5 years, like with no house. I was just traveling and traveling. Sometimes I rented a house, but I stayed there for only some months and then I moved to another city or country. So in this video, I will share 7 ways you can build your life and your lifestyle as a nomadic artist. The first one is by volunteering. Yeah, in 2017, I was volunteering in this place that I'm now for 1 year. In this way, you can trade your skills and your time for a place to stay, sometimes food and other things that you need in your daily life. One big benefit of this way of traveling is that you don't need any money to do that. You can trade your creativity and your skills for a place to stay and all the things you need in your daily life. I think it's really amazing if you are starting out and you don't have many sources of income yet, but still you want to travel and to create. Right now, I'm in Vila Paraíso. This place was a community. Back in this time, I lived here with many artists and creators and people that had also different skills. So it was really amazing. I had these beautiful experiences, but the downside of this method is that you don't really have much time to yourself and to grow your business, because usually you have some hours a week that you need to trade for the place you are. And it was good for a while, but then I wanted to explore more of my own art, my own businesses. So I think it's good if you are starting and you don't have much money to make the first step. You can find these places online. There are many websites, you can do that. Also, you can network while you travel. So you can ask people, you can make offers like, hey, I'm an artist, I can make paints, I can, I don't know, create things for the place, create videos, or anything you have, any skill actually, you can talk to the people and find ways to share your passion while you travel. Now we move to the second way, which is traveling while you sell your art in local events and fairs. It's really possible. I think it depends on where you are traveling, but if you go to more creative cities or maybe places that are more alternatives, you can find these places to sell what you create. After I moved from this place, from volunteering, I came out to the city, which is called Alto Paraíso. And there I stayed in a friend's house for a while. I went to these little fairs that we have here in the city, and I brought my art, like prints and amulets and some art dolls. I was just starting out, so I couldn't sell it for a higher price, but it was enough for me to keep traveling and to keep investing in my own creativity. There is also a very good thing about it is that you meet many different people and you be also networking. So maybe if you are there with your art and people don't buy it, but maybe you can share your card or your social media accounts, and this person can contact you later if they are interested in having your art with them at some point. It was amazing for me because I had this experience of talking about what I create and finding ways to show the value of my art to people and why they should have a piece of my creation with them. For example, if you say, oh, so you were traveling in the city, maybe you could have something original to bring to your home, and I make these artworks here. I think this one could connect with you. What do you think? And also the storytelling itself, like you can tell why you make your art, what are the memories that they bring to you, and also build this connection with your audience, like in person. That's really possible, and I did this for a while as well. Not only here, but in other places that I also traveled. So it's a possibility. Now we enter the third method, which is your online businesses. There are many ways you can make money online with your art and your creativity. In my experience, before I started traveling in 2016, I built my Instagram called Terra Tundra, which is my portal of magical art. While I was selling in fairs and events, I also was like building my online presence, and I was sharing my art and my creative processes. Back in this time, like 9 years ago, I didn't have this big audience, so it takes time. It takes a while for you to grow and to make sales online, but it's completely possible. Since then, I just experimented many ways of showing what I create to the world online. It's very possible, and today I mostly work online. Sometimes I make some exhibitions and fairs, sometimes as well, or festivals. But I really like the possibility of working in the digital world. For that, you need to build your online presence that will eventually be your source of income. Now I have three main ways of making money online with my art, and one of them is through my online shop. Actually, I have more than one. I have this Brazilian international website which called terratundra.net. I also have my only international shop in my Etsy, and yeah. This took time also to build these online shops, but you can start with your Instagram page. You will probably need some time to build it, but once it's done, it's easier for you to take the next steps, since you already have the structure created. Also, there is content creation. So I make content here on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok. Mostly now I'm more interested here on YouTube because I can explore deeper what I have to share, my advice, my own experiences. And it's also very good because here we can be monetized. So eventually, if you keep posting and creating new content about art, about creativity, lifestyle, or anything you like to talk about. This can be a source of income for your career, your digital presence. It's so nice because we can build this beautiful community, share practical advices or inspirational content, and also make money just by being yourself and sharing who you are. I was recently monetized here on YouTube, I think last week, and I'm really happy that this just, I think a new phase is coming here, and I hope that if you also have this dream of creating content and making this a source of income, you will get there if you put the work. Yeah, sometimes we can be afraid to talk and everything, but I really like to just explore and sometimes make videos to myself. If I like them, I can make this a content and post it online. And sometimes it's just for me, and that's okay too. But I really appreciate this. What I'm talking is that it won't happen like in one day. You need to keep practicing. As any skills you have, you need to keep practicing until you feel comfortable and share your vision to the world. Another way of making money online is through online courses. If you have any skill that you are good, you can share it, you can teach it to other people, and of course ask for money for the value of what you are creating. I think this is really good as well. I just have one online course now that I open one time a year. I also have an ebook, so you can make digital products of things you know, of your artist skills and things that is like authentic to yourself. And hopefully you teach other people, inspire, and also make this another source of online income that will make possible for you to keep traveling, even if you are not like full-time digital nomad or something. But if you like to travel sometimes a year, but you don't want to just spend money, you also want to make money while you travel. I believe that the sustainable thinking is really important if you want to keep traveling, but also keep making money while you do that. The idea here is to grow your business, grow your online presence, and sell everywhere to the whole world. This will open more and more possibilities to you if you want to travel in your own country, or if you want to travel another places, another countries. Building your online presence will open up everywhere. It's just amazing how we can be ourselves, create and do the things we love, but also make this real possibility for your artistic path. Now we move to another way, which is applying for art residencies. You can search for them online, and if you have a portfolio, a curriculum, you can apply for different art residencies in your country or everywhere in the world. Some of them can pay your expenses, like your tickets for traveling, sometimes your accommodation, food, and some of them can even pay you money just to be there and create. It's really nice. I don't have much experience with art residencies, but that's something I want to do more in the future. If you have any experience with art residencies, please let us know in the comments how you made it. Was it easy? Was it hard? I would love to know more about it. The next one is to offer your art for a place to stay. It's similar to like doing volunteering, but it's not the same, because while you are volunteering, you are creating new art or using your creative skills to help a place, to exchange your time for a place to stay, for food, for anything you need. But in this method, you can actually have your finished artwork and ask for people that you know while you are traveling, hey, do you like my art? this is about this, I made it because of that, this is the techniques I used in my creative process. So I would like to ask you if you are interested in making an exchange. I can give you my finished art and what you can give me in return. Do you have a place for me? You know, so this is a bit different because, as I said, it's about not your time that you will be exchanging, but your finished artwork. I made this sometimes, yes, including when I was traveling in Chile, which is another country. I had some prints that I don't know, I don't remember what I needed, but I asked, hey, I have these prints of my art, but I need this that you have, would like to exchange this with me? If you have like an original piece, you can ask for more, you know, for things you need, sometimes for money as well, but the idea here is to keep traveling and to have like, when you are traveling, you need a place to stay. So this is a good possibility to find these places and to use what you already have in exchange for what you need. As I said before, there are so many ways that you can already see here. Most of them I've tried myself and I have my favorites now, but it really depends on the stage that you are right now in your art, the flexibility you may have to travel, or even your desire. I mean, do you want to travel full-time as a digital nomad artist? Do you want to travel some months a year? Do you want to travel just sometimes? I don't know, it really depends on what kind of lifestyle you want to have. I've been in this nomadic artist lifestyle for like 5 years, like full-time, but then the thing happened in 2020 that we all know what happened. So I needed to stop for a while. Then after some months, I saw that, okay, I don't really want to travel that much anymore. I want to have a place, I want to have my own art studio. So I moved to another direction, and that's okay. I built my basement down there in Araucaria, which is where I live now. It's in the south of Brazil. Now I have my home, I have my place, but I also find sometimes in the year that I can spend traveling with my art as well. It really makes sense for me because I mean, traveling full-time is amazing, but also there are many downsides, like your home becomes your backpack, you don't have much time in the places you are, so you can't really develop your creativity. If you want bigger projects, bigger artworks, you need to have everything with yourself while you were moving. So it didn't make sense for me since then to be like full-time nomad, and now I'm more in the middle. You know, I love my place, I love my art studio, I won't exchange it for traveling full-time again, but it's part of my own process. Maybe you are in a different stage, maybe you want to explore the world, maybe you need to see new places, new directions, meet new people, network, you know, and have all this inspiration to be part of your creative process in this beautiful flow and movement of life. I hope you find your own way, and I hope this video is inspiring you. If it is and you like my content, like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Another method is to create cultural projects and offer them as a cultural marketing exchange. That's exactly what I'm doing now here in this place in Vila Paraíso. This is a cultural project from the Cocoon. I talked about it in my last video, and soon you'll see a lot more about this project. It's a music video from the artist Biofelic, which I'm working in this project as the director of photography, also the filmmaker and the co-art director. We had this project approved, so we had income to make this project happen and to pay not only me and the main artist, but also the team to work and to make this music video exist. I asked for the owner of this place, which is called Chris from Human Design. He's a human design analyst. I asked him like, hey, do you want to collaborate in this project? This project will happen this way and we have this and that. And if you have a place for us to stay, you can have your logo or your name of the name your business in the support marketing of the project. So in every banner, in the music video itself, there will be your name or your logo for people to know your place and your businesses. That's really awesome, this method of creating. Wow, a lot of wind. This is a really nice way of collaborating because you don't need to trade your time or your art, but you can use your other skills and your skill set and your creativity to find ways and offer what you have. If you have the courage to ask, to make networking, you can be rewarded by the universe to be in beautiful places just like this. I'm in love with this place. Every time I come here, I actually feel this. I love Chapada dos Veadeiros. It's a region here in Brazil, in Brazilian Cerrado. The landscape is like, I feel like I'm in a movie, and this is really great, really awesome. I'm really thankful for all these opportunities. And I hope this video will inspire you to feel more confident in yourself and to follow your passion and to follow this voice, because I always had this thing that was calling me to go and to travel the world and to keep making my art and sharing what I know and sharing my creatures. This is really great. And I hope you can have these possibilities too. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to take some of my own experiences and bring this inspiration to your life. I want you to experiment and discover what's best for you, because we are all different people and we have different needs, different struggles, so you can find your own way of traveling with your art. One important tip I have for independent artists is to have many different sources of income. This can make you feel stable while you explore possibilities in your own freedom to create. This is really important, and I didn't do this like just like this. It took some time, it took months of work, it took years of work, but it's completely possible if you are focused on what you want, and also to be able to grow your skills. This is so important, to keep growing your skills, to keep experimenting and trying new ways of making art, new languages in the art exploration, not just in art, because to build your businesses and your online incomes, for example, you need to have other skills like marketing, like building an online shop and selling your art and shipping it to other countries. Or maybe if you want to make an online course, there are other skill sets that you need to develop. But if you keep trusting yourself, I'm sure you'll get there. Now I want to show you a little bit of my trip here in Chapada. I will share with you guys some things that I've been doing here, and I really hope this video inspired you to find your own purpose while you travel and you do what you love, which is creating art. So here we are walking in Cerrado, and we found this oasis here with all the dogs. Hi! This is such an adventure. I love making this kind of adventure, enjoy life out here in nature, find new places. sometimes get lost. It's also part of the process. And look at my outfit. Now we have our bikes. Let's go. And this is the tower where we are at right now. I'm so tired. There's still a way to go, but we are almost there. Okay. Now I'm leaving the tower where I'm living now, and I'll try to find my friend. Maybe she wants to share some of her experiences too. This is exactly where I'm living now, in this tower. Look at this. Yeah, like this is the place. And here she is. This is Tyla, my friend. But her. Peraí. Hey guys, just to finish this video, I wanted to ask my friend Tyla about her own experiences of traveling with her art, but not only art, also her creative skills. So we can expand this to many ways. We traveled together for a while, including in 2016, we were here together doing the volunteering. Hey friend.
Hey.
Tell us, what do you think it's important if you want to travel, but use your creative skills to develop new ways of making money and also to be free and to explore the world?
Yeah, first I think we gotta be open, really open, to feel many things and to understand that we're gonna feel like we can't or we don't have the capacity, or maybe we are too afraid to communicate our talents or what we are capable of doing, because every experience is new, so we have to adapt, and it's a lot to experience. So we gotta have this in mind, and what I like to say to people that are starting, it's do it even if you are afraid of doing it, because we have a lot to adapt, and these adaptations is always like hard, but if you know that you can do it, even if it's not perfect, even if you are afraid to do it, you're gonna find a way to perfect, to optimize the ways you communicate or the ways you express yourself, because it's not only verbal. Verbal communication is very important in this process of traveling and expressing your creative side, but also like your body. So those skills that you ask me about, the creative part comes a lot with the body awareness, that you are capable of doing many things, not only communicating verbally, but also that your body is capable, even if you can't sometimes communicate. Because we experience like sometimes people that do not talk the language we talk or something like that. So we gotta adapt in some ways.
And
you know?
even us, sometimes we are in this non-verbal state, so there are other ways to communicate with the world. I think art itself is a very beautiful way to do that. We can express ourselves and communicate things. And I was just thinking while you were talking, oh, the coffee.
It's
but
okay.
Yeah, how the same process of like evoking this courage is important, not only if you want to have this lifestyle of like traveling with your art, but also while doing art itself, because you also need to evoke the same feeling, the same process that sometimes we are not even aware of it, like how capable we actually are.
Yeah, because we often have this fear, like this fear of expressing, this fear of sometimes what people are gonna think, or sometimes we are gonna make mistakes, you know, and mistakes are not something that is celebrated. Mistakes are often things that are judged. So in the art process, in the creative process, making mistakes is the part that you learn the skills. Is where you see that this thing is not working so well, so how can I perfect it? How can I expand this in a way that is working for me, and how can I adapt? And I think even though we are neurodivergent and sometimes we have this cognitive rigidity on our processes, I think adaptability is one thing, it's one skill that we have to develop. It's an essential skill in the creative process itself, and in traveling with your art, in traveling with whatever you want to express or whatever you want to experience in the world. You gotta be like open for adaptability. Being aware, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna have fears, you're gonna be afraid of putting yourself out there, but you are capable of adapting.
And just to finish this part, would you like to share a little bit about how you've been making money while you were traveling in these last years?
This is very good. Well, it comes with the adaptability thing. Because I think the most important thing for me, it's like developing those skills of adapting to being able to afford my creative process. So I did many different kinds of jobs in the beginning, just for the sake of I want to be traveling here, so I would do different kind of jobs. And in this moment, I saw that I could like learn communication skills. That is a thing that I should learn, because sometimes I'm very antisocial when I'm creating. In this process of learning communication skills, I learned to honor my voice. I started to talk about what I do. And then people started to like, also we exchange a lot in the beginning, like for
volunteering.
Yeah, to be in a place or to experience something that we had to pay, we exchange with our creative work. And then we are building this portfolio, we are building this, also this communication. People are seeing what we do, with what we are capable of. Then we can like position ourselves. If I could come back, and if I could give you guys a tip for that, is like learn the ability to position yourself better, like in a more objective way. You know, sometimes I was like,
Not sure.
I'm not sure if I want to be here exactly, or if I want to put my creative skills or my energy on that. So we got a little bit like all over the place. And sometimes it's good to be lost, but if you can do it, like if you can learn how to position yourself in the process of discovering your voice, do it. Position yourself. I do this, I do that, and learn what's the value of what you do, and express it, communicate it as clear as possible. Sometimes it's a challenge, but it's a skill that you gotta learn if you wanna live this nomadic life, I think. What I can say right now, it was really hard in the beginning, but now I am totally nurturing myself financially and like emotionally and mentally with my creative process. So I had to adapt in different jobs, but now I have the possibility of nurturing and sustaining myself with only my creative work. And this is like a victory for me, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
And now you guys will see some of our adventures here in Chapada dos Veadeiros. And thank you so much for being here. I hope this video inspired you to create, to travel, and to do what your heart wants to do, and your body. Yeah, spread yourself, open your wings.
Yeah, expand yourself and
Yes.
trust yourself.
Trust yourself.
Trust your body, trust your capabilities, and trust that you are, and trust in your learning process. This is more important, I think. Yeah.
Thank you. So if you guys want to see more, please watch the next video down here. I think you'll see it. And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.